for me, anything that I can prevent my children from having complications of or dying from, I would do.
A pediatrician says don't wait, get your kids a measles shot.
Plus, MU says reports of racial discrimination are going down, but what are the students saying?
And new details about the car chase that spanned multiple states that started right here in Jefferson City. This is KOMU 8 News at 6.
Coverage you can count on. KOMU 8 News starts now.
New information on a police chase that went from Jefferson City to Illinois. Police were responding to reports of a shooting when 39-year-old Leslie Austin kidnapped his girlfriend Danielle Smith and her daughter. Good evening, everyone. I'm Emily Spain.
And I'm Jim Rick. Thanks for joining us. The police chase ended in Illinois, 50 miles past St. Louis. Shortly after the car crossed the state line, Austin's girlfriend and daughter managed to escape the car. Smith was shot several times, but is expected to survive. Her daughter was not hurt. Police later found Austin dead. It's not clear whether he killed himself or if he was killed by police gunfire. KOMU 8's Daniel Perot joins us live in Jefferson City with Austin's criminal history.
This is the Capital City apartment complex where it all began last night. Residents say they heard gunfire. Now, I spent today looking into Leslie Austin's past, and he's got a number of convictions for a number of things, including theft, for domestic assault, and even endangering the welfare of a child. Now, his girlfriend, as recently as last week, said she had concerns about him. Long before this pursuit, court documents show there were problems between Danielle Smith and Leslie Austin. Last Thursday, a Cole County judge signed off on a restraining order between the two of them. It mandated Austin stay at least 100 feet away from Smith and not try to communicate with her.
We're happy to say that the child wasn't hurt and Danielle is receiving medical care.
In 2013, Austin was arrested for third-degree domestic assault. Court documents say he placed her in apprehension of immediate physical injury by telling her that he would whoop her if she did not remove the earrings she was wearing. The two had children together, but Smith gained full custody in 2014. Tonight, Illinois State Police say they're still working to put the pieces together.
At this time, it is unknown if the suspect died from the altered return of fire or a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The investigation is ongoing.
Tonight, the Illinois State Police say the child is with other family members. We're live at Jefferson City tonight. I'm Daniel Perot, KOMU 8 News.
Here's what's happening right now. There's a large police presence in North Columbia after a shots fired report. It's happening on the 4300 block of Rice Road near Boyd Lane. CPD tells us that officers found shell casings. There were also about 7 units on the scene. We'll continue to update this story online on KOMU.com and on air tonight at 9 and 10. New charges were filed against a Missouri prison nurse accused of murdering her husband. 40-year-old Amy Murray was charged with first-degree murder, second-degree arson, felony evidence tampering, and armed criminal action. Prosecutors say Murray poisoned and killed her husband using antifreeze and then set their home on fire to try and cover up the scene. She was a nurse at Jefferson City Correctional Facility and is accused of having a romantic relationship with an inmate.
The St. Louis man who was exposed to carbon monoxide at the Omar Bradley Airport in Moberly has died. The Randolph County coroner says 29-year-old Aaron Herring was exposed to a gas leak. The leak was caused by a broken heater inside the hangar. Kansas City police are investigating a shooting at a high school. A teenage girl died last night during a basketball game. Police say there was a fight between two groups inside the school before the shooting. They believe the shooter waited for the girl to leave and shot her just steps from the front door. Police say 2 persons of interest were taken into custody. 10 states are already reporting cases of measles this year. Missouri is one of 18 states that allows parents to not vaccinate their kids for personal reasons. Doctors warn against that. KOMU 8's David Estrada talked to a pediatrician who says parents should take action.
Jim, that's right. And take a look at these numbers from the CDC. In all 2017, there were 120 cases of measles in the country. And as of February 7 of this year, there have been 101 reports of that disease nationwide. Now, a doctor in Columbia says it's just a matter of time before the measles comes to our state. Destiny Bloom says she vaccinated her 8-year-old daughter just like doctors recommend. one shot fights against measles.
And I always just wanted to protect her. No sense in risking her getting something if we can easily prevent it.
Dr. Cristel Ilbudo says children under 2 years old and adults over 20 are at the highest risk to suffer the worst cases of measles. She says vaccination is the best protection against the disease.
Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot you can do besides the vaccine unless they wrap the kids in bubble wrap and keep them at home.
Last year, there were 14 cases of measles in Missouri. None have been reported so far this year, even with a national outbreak.
Because they haven't seen the bad cases or the worst cases that we used to see before vaccinations, some parents may not realize the complications that they're putting their kids at risk for by not vaccinating.
Ilbudo says the vaccine could protect more than just your child.
So by vaccinating my children, I'm also protecting those around them.
I would be upset if my child, contracted something from a child that, wasn't vaccinated.
Ilbudo says parents should do their research on why vaccinations are important.
We have scientific article after review that shows that really the vaccines are not related to autism.
As for Bloom, she hopes others get vaccinations now and in the future.
Medicine's only going to advance, from now.
Dr. Ilbudo says 9 out of 10 people who are exposed to a case of measles end up getting the disease if they are not previously vaccinated against it. In the studio, David Estrada, KOMU 8 News.
MU reports Title IX violations are down. The numbers show a decline in discrimination based on race and national origin. KOMU 8's Abby Donge is here in the studio after talking to students on campus today.
Since 2015, people reporting racial discrimination has steadily gone down. Students of color on MU's campus say Title IX violations of all types still exist, but things are getting better.
I've had a couple altercations where a male has made me feel uncomfortable.
Sydney Olishile is a freshman on MU's campus. The Title IX office was made with her in mind.
One report of sexual harassment or discrimination is one too many. And I think I will never be happy if I see the numbers, that people are having to report these things to our office.
Over the past 4 years, race-based alleged violations are down 30%. The Office of Civil Rights and Title IX has worked to educate how anyone can report discrimination in all its forms.
For the few months that I've been here, I haven't noticed an apparent problem with discrimination against people based on their race. So I will say, compared to before I got here and just hearing different stories and different situations that happened in the past, I will say that it seems to be getting a lot better.
The protests on MU's campus in 2015 created a feeling of community for some.
I feel like we all came back together.
And another student who didn't want to be on camera says the protests may have deterred people from reporting because they feel MU won't do anything about it. The highest amount of reports are for sex and gender discrimination. Those reports are up almost 2% from 2016. In the studio, Abby Dodge, KOMU 8 News.
After the break, drive a Ford. There's another recall, this time for 1 million cars.
Plus, 2 companies are teaming up to help a group of Missourians with coding skills.
And it's 13 degrees warmer than it was this time yesterday. That's giving us temperatures around 51 in Jefferson City, 46 though still in Columbia. We have a cold front or a warm front right along Interstate 70. I am tracking that warm air for tomorrow and more snow chances through the weekend. It's after the break.
Never be surprised by the weather. Download the free KOMU 8 Weather and Traffic app. Brought to you by Central Bank of Boone County.
The all-new 3-row Subaru Ascent. Room for up to 8 passengers. Choice of second-row captain's chairs or bench seating. Standard eyesight driver assist technology. Coming from Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Ascent. Love is now bigger than ever.
Join us for the Subaru True Love event going on now.
University Subaru, your truly locally owned dealer.
One taste of the chocolate-covered strawberries at the Candy Factory and you'll know why they're the perfect Valentine. Fresh, juicy, sweet strawberries double-dipped in the Candy Factory's special blend of milk, white, or dark chocolate. Available now through Valentine's Day. There are romantic hard boxes of handcrafted truffles, caramels, and other confections to wow your senses. Chocolate-covered strawberries, a Valentine's Day tradition since 1974. At the Candy Factory, corner of 7th and Cherry, downtown Columbia.
Grab your Valentine.
And see if you can solve this puzzle.
The category is things.
Love letters.
That's it. You got it.
Weeknights at 6:30 on KOMU 8.
When winter weather heads toward mid-Missouri, count on the Live Doppler 8 First Alert Weather Team to keep you informed. It's our commitment to give you advance warnings to prepare you on air, online, and on the KOMU 8 Weather and Traffic app. That's winter weather coverage you can count on.
1023 BXR is what Columbia sounds like. The station where music matters. Music from yesterday and today, and more for your workday with Mo, Simon, and Emily. On air or streaming at VXR.com. Get your VXR app today. 1023 BXR.
What is the ultimate? The ultimate in service? Always VIP, before, during, and after the sale. The ultimate in sales? Award-winning team. The ultimate driving machine? Refined adrenaline, powered to new heights. Influence the influencers. Like the all-new 2019 BMW X5, currently with savings of $3,500. We want your business. Visit ColumbiaBMW.com for exceptional offers. Or 1900 I-70 Drive Southwest. Distinctively different. Druing Automotive.
Amazing factory rebates just for you. Check to see how much you can save. Call now.
Welcome back. Ford has issued 3 recalls covering 1.4 million vehicles across North America. The recall impacts certain 2011 to 2013 F-150 pickup trucks and select 2017 to 2019 Lincoln Continental cars. A safety compliance recall also impacts 2019 Ford Mustang, Lincoln Nautilus, and Lincoln Navigator vehicles. And a warning for parents about boots that could choke your kids. Target issued a recall for boots shaped like unicorns and intended for toddlers. Sold under the brand name Cat and Jack, the horn on the shoes can come off and actually become a choking hazard. All Target stores are offering full refunds for the boots. Well, Barbie is becoming more inclusive than ever. The brand plans to debut a Barbie that uses a wheelchair and another that has a removable prosthetic limb. The brand expanding the line to elevate the conversation around physical disabilities and to further showcase a broadened view of beauty and fashion.
We have a warm southerly wind that's going to help us out on Valentine's Day, but then we have a cold front Friday that changes the pattern completely. Tracking it all with the latest details after the break.
This miracle moment is brought to you by Missouri Fertility. For more information, please call 573-443-4511 or visit us on the web at MissouriFertility.com, because when family matters, we're here for you.
At the all-new Joe Machens Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, we're honored to serve those who served or continue serving our country and community. Joe Machens CDJR is giving added incentive to active duty or retired military and first responders, an additional $500 rebate on our full line of vehicles. Deployed military personnel can also take advantage of our buyback guarantee. We'll buy back your vehicle even if you don't buy it from us. These offers are available every day and our way of saying thank you for the job you do. All roads lead to Joe Machens Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Take our everyday low sale prices at 0% interest for 60 months or an extra 20% off for cash. And you have the President's Sale at Missouri Furniture. When it comes to quality furniture, mattresses, and appliances, nobody does it better than Missouri Furniture. Get our everyday low sale prices store-wide, 5 years no interest, or an extra 20% off for cash during the President's Sale, now through Monday, at all 7 Missouri Furniture mattress and appliance locations. Love where you live.
The KOMU 8 iPhone and Android News app is brought to you by State Tech. Download in the App Store or Google Play.
Her blankie makes her feel safe. Knowing that you'll be able to give her everything she needs makes you feel safe. When a bank is more than a checking account, it becomes your, well, security blanket. First State Community Bank. Success starts here.
Joe Mockins Ford wants you to find a new love. For a limited time, Joe Mockins Ford has a sweetheart deal on all your favorites. 2018 Mustang, Focus, Fiesta, and Taurus. Need affordability? Drive away in a new Ford Fiesta. A real steal at only $163 a month. Meet your match with this all-new Ford Focus that's only $179 a month. Make a date with Mockins and drive till your heart's content at Missouri's #1 volume Ford dealer. All roads lead to Joe Mockins Ford, Columbia, Jefferson City, and JoeMockinsFord.com.
The First Alert Weather Cam is brought to you by the law firm of Harper, Evans, Wade, and Nettemeyer. We will fight for you.
Well, you can see right where this warm front is with very warm temperatures here, 54 in Little Rock and Wichita as well, 52, but 46 in Columbia and right around 40 there in central Nebraska too, with it 29 up in Des Moines. You can see it right here as well. Just some clouds passing by, and we have a lot of moisture now getting in from the west coast, getting through the Rocky Mountains right now. That and some associated instability trying to make it in from that west coast, and it's going to bring multiple chances, multiple systems that are going to jump into our jet stream and head our direction. The jet stream going right through or right over Missouri here through early next week at least. Now, here's our look at tomorrow morning. As you start off, Valentine's Day temperatures still around 40 degrees, upper 30s, around 40, so very, very warm for this time of year for an overnight low temperature. Then in the afternoon, high temperatures mostly in the 50s, middle to upper 50s expected here, and it all depends on when a cold front rolls through. You can already see a pretty big difference with it being 56 in Columbia, around 3, and 46 up in Macon. And then as we had a couple hours later, temperatures really start to plummet. So that cold front's rolling through late tomorrow afternoon into the early evening. That will plummet temperatures down into around 20 degrees, if not the 10s north of I-70 to start off Friday. So it's going to be a really quick 12-hour temperature change, dropping about 40 degrees for some places. And then the snowfall starts to roll in as we head towards noon, continues through the afternoon and until about the end of our evening. It should exit for most of us by about midnight on Saturday morning. Right now we have moderate confidence in the entirety of the system, so still not high confidence, and that's because the instability associated with this system is still off in the Pacific Ocean, and we're not going to get a nice analyze of it until it finally moves on land tomorrow evening. So we are still waiting on the best data from this to actually roll in. But this is what we do know so far. Again, that continues through the afternoon and evening hours. By Saturday morning, we're looking at some sunshine out the door, so that's nice for us. And I think we'll keep sunshine even through about midday. It's mid-afternoon that cloud cover starts to push back in, and then we see some moisture associated with this too. And we're looking at some snowfall again Saturday evening into then Sunday morning, but it does start to push up to the north on Sunday morning. Here's 9 a.m. on Sunday. And then I still think we could have some flurries lingering behind that through the afternoon, but a lot of accumulation will be done by about 9 a.m. on Sunday. And then behind that on Monday, President's Day, we are looking pretty dry, just mostly cloudy. And then on our Tuesday, we have more chances for another snow system. As I mentioned, multiple chances here. For total snowfall accumulation from this first system on Friday, 1 to 2 inches likely. 2 to 4 inches is probable, though a 50 to 80% chance that we do see that in mid-Missouri, with higher amounts less likely at this point. And this is what we have for the location of this. Again, moderately confident in it. About 2 to 4 inches here, mainly between Highway 24 and Highway 50. 1 to 2 inches here on the outskirts of that, with some wintry mix possible, mainly south of Interstate 44 and south of our viewing area. So we'll be watching that. And again, travel impacts, especially that Friday evening commute, could be impacted. Now, overnight tonight, temperatures cooling not much. It's very warm. We're only at 38 for the low temperature. South winds 7 to 13 miles per hour. 58 tomorrow if we get there before that cold front rolls through. It all depends on the timing of the cold front to how warm we're allowed to warm up. Then we're at 25 only for the high temperature on Friday with that snowfall through the afternoon and evening. 33, but mostly dry through the day on Saturday with snowfall. Then overnight only about another dusting to 2 inches possible with that Saturday night system, with some flurries lingering on Sunday. Dry on President's Day, more snow possible. Tuesday, highs in the 30s, lows in the 20s. Here's your Weather IQ question for the day, sponsored by Jiffy Lube. How many Valentine's Days in Columbia have been above 70 degrees in the past 130 years of records?
Let's go.
0,
Let's
3,
go a
or
handful.
5.
Let's go. 5.
It's 3. 3 to have. It was back in 1954, 34, and 21.
There you go. A little bit of trivia for you.
Don't remember anyone.
Don't remember anyone.
Close on one of them.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Good to thank you. A program that helps Missourians with autism learn coding skills is getting a $20,000 grant.
KOMU8 Shade Bullock tells us what the grant means for students at Encircle Technologies.
Encircle Technologies teamed up with Woodhaven Learning Facility this past August. The organization helps adults with autism learn computer and technology skills. The new funding for Encircle Technologies comes from the video game store GameStop and the nonprofit Autism Speaks. The grant helps pay for the coding program and allows students to dive into deeper types of training. A mother of a child with autism said that it's important for employers to consider hiring someone with autism.
Adults with autism have some difficulty finding careers that fits their special needs or special abilities, and just they need a bit of awareness, a bit of a, hey, I'm here.
The director of Encircle said 90% of students who attend Encircle find employment. In the studio, Shade Bullock, KOMU8 News.
2 days away from Mizzou baseball, how are the Tigers expected to fare in the SEC? Sports is next.
Find the perfect lacy boy from Mid-Missouri's largest selection, only at Baumgartner's.
If you've been seriously injured in an accident, visit lawmissouri.com.
Did you know that Downtown Appliance Home Center has a larger, more complete selection than those big box stores, even other appliance stores? So when you buy here, the Bosch dishwasher you get is the Bosch you really need and want. Same with Thermador, Wolf, Sub-Zero, Samsung, GE, and many more great names other stores don't even offer. Your #1 appliance resource in Mid-Missouri. Downtown Appliance Home Center, East Broadway, Columbia.
Now's the time. The Sleep Shop's the place.
So right, Donnie and John, because the Sleep Shop President's Sale is on now. Our prices on Serta mattresses are already unbeatable. And right this minute, we're giving extra discounts along with factory-authorized reductions. That includes top-of-the-line Perfect Sleepers and the ultimate iComfort sleep system. Where's the Sleep Shop? On East Broadway, inside Downtown Appliance Home Center, of course.
Downtown Appliance Home Center. The Sleep Shop. 2 stores in one.
Tonight's primetime lineup on KOMU8 and Mid-Missouri CW is brought to you by your Heart of Missouri Chevy dealers. Find new roads.
For those thinking about a truck, take home a Titan from Joe Mockins Nissan. Designed, engineered, tested, and powered in America. Get an in-stock 2018 Nissan Titan with up to $13,500 in total savings. All backed by America's best truck warranty. Or choose the Nissan Rogue loaded with safety features and save over $4,000. All roads lead to Joe Mockins Nissan, I-70 in Providence, Columbia. Anytime at joeMockinsNissan.com.
Hey, folks, years ago, I negotiated with my suppliers that I'd get a factory rebate if I bought a lot of material from them. Well, we did.
Last year, we did more projects than ever before. The good news is we earned factory rebates. The catch is they're not for us. They're for you.
That's right, folks. These rebates are for you.
You can save a lot of money on siding or windows, but only while we still have rebates.
Get them while we got them.
Click
or call now.
Hey, I think you dropped something.
So how's the car working for you?
Love it.
Save big on new vehicles during Ram Truck Month at Capital Chrysler.
Stay on the lookout for Danny and Dave when planning surprises. See dealer for details.
Now from the Ford Sports Desk, KOMU8 Sports.
Good evening, everybody. Baseball season just keeps inching closer and closer. Both Missouri MLB teams have reported to spring training, and the Missouri Tigers will fly down to Jacksonville tomorrow ahead of their season opener Friday night against Florida. The biggest issue for the Tigers this year was actually getting back on the field so far. The current weather conditions have limited the Tigers to just 3 outdoor practices. That includes theirs today. The Tigers are projected to finish last this year in the meat grinder that is the SEC East, and the team is actually using that for motivation.
You can see who doesn't have respect for us. You can see that. So we do have a lot to prove, and we have a lot to do this season. So hopefully we can go out there and give it hell.
Everybody wants to win, and everybody just kind of comes together. It's probably one of the best team atmospheres we've had in a while.
Year one, we were just barely off of that mark, and kind of the same problems there. We just weren't able to score enough. But I think bolstering the offense and being able to score a little bit more kind of puts us over that hump.
As for the sanctions that have affected the team, Coach Beazer called those unfair for punishing the guys who are now athletes as opposed to the people who have already graduated. And now we go to the wrestling mat. The MAC named Missouri's Daniel Lewis Conference Wrestler of the Week. He pinned the defending national champ at his class last Friday against Arizona State. Missouri is now ranked 5th in the nation as ready to host number 2 Oklahoma State. While no longer Big 12 rivals, the Tigers and Cowboys still hit the mats every year against each other. MU's win Friday extended the program's dual win streak to 35. But get this, the Pokes are aiming for a 35th national title this season. They also enter Saturday's duel undefeated.
I have a winning streak going on now that people keep telling me about, that it builds some momentum going into this. Oklahoma State is definitely one of the best teams in the country, so it's the best team we've wrestled all year.
I'm expecting for some good matches, going out there and just doing what we need to do, you know. I think as long as we all continue to wrestle all 3 periods, I don't think we'll lose.
Something else of note, Dave Matter is reporting that men's basketball player Ronnie Suggs is now on scholarship. We'll have more coming up. Join us at 10 o'clock.
From adjusted gross income to your W-2s, tax season can be overwhelming. Take a tax time out at Riley Chevrolet Buick GMC, where you'll find big city deals on all your favorite Chevy GMC trucks and SUVs. Your best investment this tax season? It can be found behind the wheel of one of these, and Riley has them for less. It's time to put the fun back in your tax refund at GoRiley.com today.
Your big city deal.
With a small town feel.
We all wish we had a little more time in our day. Time for the important things.
That's exactly what we do at Marks Mobile Glass.
We save you time, we save you money.
You may not plan for things to break, but we do.
Marks Mobile Glass does anything glass. Auto, residential, commercial, even custom shower doors.
It's our job to be one step ahead. Whenever you need us, Marks Mobile Glass is ready to help.
So at the end of the day, you have more time for the important things.
Home isn't a building, it's a feeling. You feel it in the warmth of a hug. You hear it in a good old-fashioned belly laugh. You know it down deep. You're important to others. That's what makes a home. And there's nothing in the world more valuable. Come home to the Terrace, where people love to live. And so would you.
Adjusted gross income, qualifying deductions. Tax season can be complicated. Riley Toyota makes it simple. Your best investment on a new Toyota car, truck, or SUV is only one click away at RileyToyota.com. Come in and see how Riley's big city deal with the small town feel can put you in a new Highlander, RAV4, or Corolla for less than you think. It's time to put the fun back in your refund.
Big city deals
right here at Riley.
Tonight, on Wednesday's most watched dramas, 3 heroic stories from an incredible sacrifice.
She's gonna die if I don't give her my kidney.
To an unexpected rescue.
We're in this together.
And a fight for their lives.
If you don't go, we don't die. I'm not leaving you.
Chicago Wednesday tonight on NBC.
She's the most hated woman in America.
4 Americans died as a result of her actions.
I made a choice to save my daughter.
The Enemy Within, February 25th on NBC.
Join the Show Me State Games in February and March for youth basketball, archery, and volleyball events. Visit smsg.org for details.
We have an update to that breaking news from earlier in the newscast.
Columbia police have 3 people in custody. They say someone fired shots near a police traffic stop at Rice Road and Boyd Lane. Officers witnessed the gunfire. No one was hurt. The investigation continues. Kenton.
Temperatures anywhere from the 30s right now to the middle 50s, 53 there at Lake Ozark at this hour. A lot of us around the upper 30s overnight tonight, and by sunrise around 40. Then middle to upper 50s expected tomorrow afternoon, all depending on when that cold front actually finally pushes through, and then that's going to really plummet our temperatures heading into the evening, with snow arriving around noon on Friday.
This is such a tease to spring.
It is, but I'd say it's probably better to get a little bit of a tease than not, right?
True.
Yeah, enjoy it while we can.
You've got an interesting baseball story. You're going to Edmond, Oklahoma. Tell us about this story.
A couple twins on the team and something to look forward to. Heading to Edmond, Oklahoma on Saturday, and we're going to talk to their parents and a couple newcomers to the Mizzou baseball team. So that'll be interesting. Keep an eye out for that one.
Sounds like a deal. That's our time for now. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you back here at 10.
On air, online, on Facebook, on Twitter.